Yeah, you know what time it is. Time to swipe and invite. Bring your friends, bring your families, bring your family members that you don't really like. Bring people you don't like. Fuck it, I don't give a shit. Just put some people in there. That's right. It's time once again for the best shit show on Periscope, and maybe the best shit show ever. That's right. Swipe and invite. Let's get some people up in this. That's right. And rise up now. Rise up. That's right. What's happening? I know we're running a little late. We had a little technical problem earlier. That's it. But I believe, Jimmy, we got it fixed up.
I got us up and running, I think.
We're up and running. That's right. You know what to do. Bring in your friends and family members. That's right. Get grandma up. Fucking get her up. We got a very special guest tonight. You guys are not going to want to miss this. We have a real success story. We got a man that's been doing comedy his whole life, doing a great job. He's been in everything. He's been writing. He's been stand-up for since 70s, 80s maybe?
Worked with a ton of people.
Yeah, worked with everybody under the sun. A real deal guy, a real deal comedian, if you will. And he just wrote a book all about it. I'd like to introduce you to Ritch Shydner. Rich, how you doing, bro?
Shydner.
Shydner?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right, man.
Jimmy had to correct my pronunciation. I'm always fucking up everybody's name. What's going on, my man?
That's why the cover of the book is filled with all the ads, like people messing up. And
I'm just one of many. Good. I feel good. I destroy every name. If your name is not Bob, I'm fucked.
I've known him for 30 years. He doesn't know my name.
I can barely get his name correct. That's correct. How's it going?
That's good.
You mind if I call you Rich?
Good, man. It's good. Rich is great. That's
great.
What it is.
Excellent. So, Rich, you've been in the business since when? How old were you when you started it?
I started doing stand up in 1977.
Wow.
In Washington D.C. and I'm 64 now. So I just turned 24 when I started.
Jesus.
I was reading Rich you were going for a law degree at one point in time, right?
Yeah, I was. And,
did you ever finish that up?
You said, "Fuck law, let's do comedy."
Yeah. Once I got addicted to the laugh, man, it was all over. That was it.
So you were in law school and doing stand up at the same time?
Yeah, for about a year or two, and then I quit and moved to New York City. But and my parents just they snapped. They were like, they just acted like I got abducted by a cult, religious cult. They were like, we don't know. He's fucking gone. He's gone. We don't know what happened to him.
They were like, you're not going to be a lawyer. You're going to be a comedian. What the fuck?
Oh yeah. And I could. It's not like. And look. And back then, Bobby, it's not like I could tell him. Oh, I know. I got a plan. I had no plan. There was no plan back then. There was no like, I'll do this, and I'll make that. There was no plan. I go, what are you doing? I'm going to New York. How are you going to make money? I'm just going to go to New York. That was just thought. I'm just going to New York.
Oh, that's fucking beautiful. That's balls. That's balls right there. To just be like, find what you love and just pursue it and just say, fuck it. Fuck your career. Fuck what's expected of you and just doing it. I appreciate it, man. I respect that.
And it's all about the laugh, right?
Yeah.
I mean.
Oh, no. That's it. That's it. That's all I cared about.
Yeah, it's like when you play golf and you hit that one shot.
And you're not, like in the beginning, you're not making any money, right? You're just basically...
no.
Yeah, you just basically barely survive.
No, everybody had... My last straight job was basically, I didn't even know, it was basically working for the mob. I didn't know. I mean, nobody knew. Everybody was just trying to make money. That's all. They were just trying to make money. And this day, because there were no jobs. There were no steady jobs.
Right.
You worked at Pips out in Sheepshead Bay, and that was $75. You get that once every couple of months, and then some $50 gigs started. Nobody's making any money at night time.
I was listening to your the Bill Burr podcast when you called in there, and you were talking about that. It's got to be crazy. You didn't realize that you were working for the mob?
No, so look, I did. Look, it didn't take me long to figure it out. But when I first, the guy goes, look, I was having a hard time paying my rent. So the landlord goes, hey, can you do carpentry work? I said, sure. I can't do carpentry work, but
I know what a hammer is.
Money said, yeah. So it took those guys. They sent me over to this job, and it took those guys 3 seconds to realize I wasn't a carpenter. But I was a funny guy, and I went and got beer and cigarettes for him, and the sandwiches, and I cleaned up after him, and hung out. And they told the guy the next day, he's a good guy. He's no carpenter. He's a good guy. He said, well, then can you clean out apartments? And I thought by meaning cleaning out, I thought they meant go take trash out or take old furniture out.
Oh yeah,
I had clean up the squatters. There were squatters everywhere in the village, in the East Village down. There were squatters everywhere, and they were selling the buildings for like $1 a piece.
Right.
If the people would guarantee they'd fix it. So He goes, meet these guys in front of this building. And I go there. There's like 4 young Italian guys, and they're passing around a half pint. So I said, let's go. And so we just started throwing squatters out of the apartment.
See, what are they? We're fucking roughing people up. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. We walked in the shooting galleries. They go, hey, we might need some. Hey, kid, grab that piece of wood over there. We may need something. Just and whatever it is. I just followed along. And I tell all the other comics what I was doing at the end. They go, you could tell in their eyes, they're looking at me like, yeah. And then one of them would catch their eyes, and so I'm on stage. And this guy just stands up right in the middle of them. Hey, Richie, he's telling this guy, that's the guy I told you. He said he's going to be a comedian. There he is. He's a comedian. And they were just guys. Now they look like good fellas. They had the ties with the collar outside the tie. I mean, they looked like, right out of it.
That's awesome.
They were right out of the movies, and you were running around chasing squatters out of the
buildings. We ain't got to do that no more. We do other stuff. We moved up. They moved up. Whatever moved up was, they moved up.
So that's quite a career, about bouncing around from being a lawyer to not breaking legs, but chasing guys out of the fucking buildings, and then you, a couple of them, I guess, owned the club or something like that, and you probably wound up doing some stand up in there. Is that how it worked? How you parlayed it or what?
Yeah, no. It's like the thing exploded. I mean, nobody saw it coming. Mm-hmm. There was Garvin's was a club in Washington D.C. That's kind of where I started, and I moved to New York because all these guys were coming down from New York City to work there. It was the first paying out of town gig on the East Coast. So then all of a sudden, the comic strip in New York City opens up in Fort Lauderdale. And I went down there, and then it's in the book. I go up to Canada. I just go on the road, and clubs are opening. And as they open, the club owner, you'd end the weekend, the guy be paying you going, hey, this guy on the phone wants to talk to you. He says, hey, you were funny there. I heard you were funny there. Come to my club next week.
So you'd shape up.
That was it.
You just go from club to club. For how much were you getting paid back then about a night to do?
Well, I think the Canadian gig was like $850 a week, which is a huge amount of money. I mean, my rent was $200 in New York City.
Wow, so you got $850. That's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good.
For a week. I mean, and then it just escalated because what happened was the clubs were packed. So no matter where it was, Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Atlanta, these clubs were packed. They didn't need you to put butts in the seat. They need you to put the good word on the street. Right. So they wanted those people walking out there going, that place was cool, man, right?
Right. They had the audience. They just needed you to make them laugh at this point. Right.
Right. So if you were a killer act, you got paid. And if you sold liquor, they sold liquor back then. This is before the drunk driving laws changed. So there are comics you never heard of, but the club owners loved them because they sold liquor. So they drink on stage with the audience. They'd have the audience doing toasted shots. And the audience, they didn't care. They sent 300 drunks out into the night. They didn't care. It was
good luck drunk driving, you fucking pricks. Thanks for the money.
Yeah. I used to do a joke. I'd say, give me a head start before you guys get in your cars. I just was like, they were like, yeah, we're going to be drunk as shit leaving here.
They're going to kill somebody on the fucking road. Where you from originally? Are you a New York guy? You from New York originally?
New Jersey.
Jersey.
New Jersey.
What part of Jersey?
Southern part, down by... it's called Pennsville. It's right by Wilmington, Delaware, right where the Delaware Memorial Bridge, where twin bridges go across 95.
Okay, I don't know shit about Jersey. Jimmy probably knows that.
Yeah, I know where that is.
He drives all over the place. I get over as far as the Jersey Shore when I go to the beach. That's it. And
you see the ongoing trend here, Rich?
Yes, Jimmy knows it all. I don't know shit. Oh, hold on, I got to give a Baba fucking Booey to somebody. Baba Booey, sir. Listen, if you guys are just joining us, we have a legendary comedian, actor. Say your name for me properly so I don't fucking destroy you.
Rich Shydner.
Shydner.
Look, I should have changed it a long time ago too.
No.
But
you fuck it up once, you feel bad, and then you never forget it. That's beautiful.
Fucking it up now. It's fun to hear where they fuck it up. I love them going, I'm going to get it right. They go Shydner. They walk outside. You go Rich Schneider.
Schneider just pops into your fucking head. It's like
I know.
But one thing they don't forget,
and to really fuck with everybody, you put a T in the Rich.
Yeah, the Rich. Yeah, it's like
that's on the birth certificate. I'm not fucking around with anybody. That's on the birth certificate. I was named after Richie Ashburn, and my mom couldn't spell Richie without a T because she grew up next to Pulaski, Ritchie Highway down in Baltimore. It's all family inbred drunk shit. That's all.
I love it, man. So tell them about your book. You wrote a book about your goings on since you started off in.
It's called Kicking Through the Ashes, and I just wanted to cover that 80s and every experience there is about doing stand-up. So I covered heckling, I covered joke thievery, I covered everything. I had stories about everything. Then I had guys that I worked with, like Robin Williams or Sam Kinison or Bill Hicks or Andy Kaufman, Rodney Dangerfield, whoever it was, Bill Maher, whoever it was that I worked with, Seinfeld. I just have stories about everybody.
I love it.
And every aspect. So I just wanted to cover that era.
So how does that feel when somebody steals a joke? When you write a joke of yours and then you're working with a guy and you see him up there doing your joke, does that
Who is the biggest joke stealer?
No, we don't look the other day. Unless you want to.
You know, that is what happened. Look, it happens sometimes, right? It happens. But you know, you can't be absolutely 100% sure unless the guy you work with a guy. He saw you do the joke and he didn't say anything to you, like he has a joke like that, then you see him do the joke. But I was working in Atlanta one week, and you know, I'd always watch the opening acts just to see what they were doing so I could run around it. So if they had anything that was like mine, I wouldn't do mine that week or whatever. I wouldn't fucking tell them not to do their stuff because I'm the headliner. I'm supposed to be able to cover whatever happens.
Right.
So I watched the comics the first few sets, and I watch them, and then I would, you know, not watch them the rest of the week. So I would always just play music in the headphones, a Walkman back then, you know. And I blast music to psych myself up for the show. And so Sunday night, the last show of the week, I'm back there dancing around. I take my headphones off there for a second, and I hear the guy do one of my jokes, like verbatim. Right? And then I go, shit, that's one of my jokes. And then I hear him back it up with another. And then I said, he just did the whole hunk. He didn't do just like one joke.
Then
he
what
did
the fuck
whole
do you
hunk.
do?
Right? So I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. And I'm looking around, of course, the staff, it's Sunday night, man. They're just thinking about getting laid and getting off drunk themselves. So nobody's really paying attention. So then I go, shit. And then I hear him do more. He just goes in on another bit. I go, he is doing
my whole fucking
back-to-back hunks. And I'm damn. So I run back. There was a little backstage area at the Atlanta Punchline. There's like a little holding pen. It wasn't like a true backstage or green room because there was a curtain right to the stage, and there's just a door that came from the audience, and it was just a little piece of plywood. So I stood back there, and as soon as I walked back there to MCC, he goes, oh, shit, he's doing your act. I know it. That was so good. I fucking because first of all, I'd only sort of listened to him halfway through his act, so I didn't know what else he'd done.
How much damage he had done
I don't
to
know
your
what I
fucking
got
act.
to avoid. Right. I don't know what I got to avoid. I know what I got to avoid, but there's more I might have to avoid. So he comes off stage, and I just grab him. The MC goes running out. I grab the middle, like I slam him against the wall. I go, what the fuck? He goes, oh. I said, you doing my fucking act? He goes, oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I forgot you were still here.
At least he was honest.
He was stealing your act. He didn't give a fuck as long as he's sorry you had to hear this.
Yeah.
Oh,
he just got premature. That's all. He just got a little premature.
Fucking wait a day until I go back on the road and then fucking steal my act, you prick. Hello. What's up, Jeff? What's going on? Oh, that's fucking priceless, man. That's gotta hurt because you sit down and you write these fucking jokes. You cultivate them. You make them yours, and then some prick comes and fucking steals them word for word right before you go on. Oh, that's gotta blow.
Right before I was on that because there was a couple of times where that night I was on. I was walking through a comedy minefield because there were like 2 times I remember that I did a joke and the audience went, the other guy already did that. I said, yeah, I know. I was like so pissed. I was like, yeah, I know.
He stole it from
I'll get
you
him later. Don't you worry. I'll get him later. He was gone. When I came off stage, they said he was gone, man. He was gone.
Somebody just said Carlos Mencia is the greatest comedy thief of all times. He gets a bad rap for that, right?
He does.
A lot of guys.
He gets a bad rap, you know. And Carlos, we did this documentary called I Am Comic with Jordan Brady.
Right.
So we were going to interview Carlos Mencia. And I'll tell you, this is not in the documentary. So we talked to his manager. His manager said, look, you can interview Carlos, but you could not bring up anything about joke thievery. Nothing about joke thievery. Well, you can interview him about doing stand-up comedy, but you have to swear you'll never bring up anything about joke thievery. I said, okay, I'm interviewing him right on camera. So Carlos says, how you doing, Carlos? He goes, I steal jokes. He comes in. I steal them. He just goes right to it.
He didn't wait for the lawyer. He went right in.
He knows his MO.
He surrendered. He fucking gave up.
Yeah, he did. He went right into it. He says, I do them. If you got good, he turns to the camera. He goes, if you got good jokes, I'm in the room. You know I'm going to take them. I'm going to do better than you. I'm going to do them much better than you. I mean, he was like, he was bold, man.
He was like, fuck it, I'm had. I guess it's like when they got you, you might as well fucking brag about your crimes, right?
True.
It's like, fuck it, I'm a thief. I fucking went out like that.
Yeah, it was hilarious, man. It was hilarious.
Now, did you go through like the drugs and the whole shit through the '80s and like everybody else, or did you kind of sidestep that a little bit?
Oh yeah.
Oh no, you hit it hard too.
Yeah. I went on stage. I tried not to. I knew I had a drug and drinking problem. If I ever knew I had one, because I knew if I would not. I was not one of those guys who would do a couple of pops before I went on stage or took a hit of weed or whatever. I'm not a guy that did that because I knew I couldn't stop if I started. There was no guarantee I could stop.
Right.
So I wouldn't want to drink or do drugs before on stage, but I always had like Coke in my pocket. I knew I was going to be drinking. And once I got through, like if I was doing an hour and a half show, I get to a certain point. Once I knew I had it beat, hour in or whatever, I'd start drinking on stage. But you make mistakes. I went on stage under the influence of every drug possible. I went on stage tripping. I went on stage with mushrooms. I opened up for a band called Peter Tosh. Guy named Peter Tosh.
Yeah.
You know who he is?
Yeah.
Yes, he was one of the original Wailers, right?
Right.
So I was excited because I was a huge Bob Marley fan. So I talked to Rich Hall, who's another comedian. This is back then. This is back in 1981.
Okay.
And he says, "Listen, man, I just opened up for them in Philly. Whatever you do, don't go near backstage. Don't go near backstage, man." Yeah. I got a contact eye. I can barely do my show. So I go, "Look, I smoke a lot of weed. This is not going to be a problem. I got immunities, right? I got immunities." So
I have some
backstage,
tolerance.
I'm backstage. The night of the show, there's a couple thousand people out there in DC Theater. And they pinned me immediately. I'm just a nervous white guy. I'm wearing an old funky suit, and I'm pacing backstage. So one of these guys in dreadlocks, I'd never been around guys in dreadlocks. He goes, "Hey, Bundy man, come over here." He hands me a burning baseball bat.
Cheech and Chong style, huh? One of those big fucking...
Yeah. I'd never seen a joint this big. I'd never seen one this big in a Cheech and Chong movie. This thing was huge. It was huge. I didn't know how to hold it. I don't know if my grip was too high. I don't know if I was smoking like a saxophone, like a flute. I had no idea. I took 2 hits. Plus, it was Jamaican weed. I'm not smoking Jamaican. I'm not getting Jamaican weed.
Jamaican, you're crazy, man.
Dirt weed. This is 1981. I'm smoking $20 bag dirt weed.
Oh, yeah, we used to get shit weed. Yeah, it was like fucking headache weed. You'd get high for 10 minutes and have a headache for fucking 4 hours. Yeah.
Yeah. If they sprayed Raid on it, I might get high.
Yes.
And I 2 hits of this, man, and they were introducing me and sound like I was underwater. I'm in one of the my buddy says I walked out, I laughed for 15 minutes, and I left.
You didn't even do any jokes. You just stood out that stage.
No, he said you just laughed. They laughed. They were just laughing. They were as high as I was. That's the only thing that saved me.
Oh, that's fucking.
So they
wonderful.
just were laughing what they thought I was laughing at.
They were like, whatever you're laughing at, we're linked up with you, man. We're fucking finding this just as fucking funny. That's pretty fucking.
But I went on stage a couple times tripping and I lost it. I mean, it was a train wreck. You just lose the connection. I got like caught in a loop and.
You ever see a video of that?
Yeah, is there any video of that?
Do you have a video?
No. I was opening up for bands in Washington D.C. back in like 80, 81. There was no video back then.
Everybody else in the audience was probably tripping too, so they had no idea. They're just laughing at you anyway.
One of them was Captain Beefheart, so I was pretty sure I was probably on a safe ground there.
Fucking tripping balls on stage. Imagine that, fucking going out there and trying to do comedy, fucking buzz.
No, it was scary. It was not. It was not fun. It was not like I went off and went, "Hey, I did great there." I came off like, It was not good.
Paranoia set in. Now let me ask you something. The first time you went up on stage, were you freaked out? Like when you said, "All right, I'm gonna go," was it like an open mic or something? And you just kind of went up there and tried to be funny?
There weren't open mics. There weren't comedy clubs at all.
Oh, really?
Outside of New York City and L.A. back in '77 when I went on.
Wow.
So I went to a coffee house. There were singers. I followed a poet, man. A poet. A poet. I still have the tape. I have the tape somewhere. I got to find it again because I found it a couple years ago. And the last line of the poet was, "Like the mango, I am ripe for the revolution." I don't know what. He was way behind on Revolution.
I hope that's a name of one of the chapters you look at.
It should have been. It should have been.
You remembered it to this day. You were like, "How do I follow this?
Yeah.
How do I follow him right like the pineapple?"
What's my follow-up for this?
Yeah.
And when you first did it, did you have jokes ready, or you just kind of went up there and just?
Oh no, man! I prepared jokes. Look, I was. It's instinctive. If you're funny and I've been studying, like not studying, but I was so into comedy that I was watching. I'd watch anybody I could get. I'd look at the newspaper. This is back in the day, in the '70s. I'd look at the newspaper, see who's going to be on Johnny Carson that night, see who's going to be on any of the daytime talk shows like Mike Douglas or Merv Griffin shows, and I'd see if there's going to be a comedian on. I'd watch that comedian.
Yeah.
And I was unconsciously studying them, so I kind of knew how to build a joke even before I ever wrote one.
Oh, wow. Right.
So I prepared stuff, and I had my first joke that it was a terrible delivery. I was terrible. I mean, I had memorized this stuff. I mean, I was almost like reading out of a book, really,
Right, but
I didn't know how to perform.
You had no skills. You were just saying the lines. You weren't really fucking yes.
No. I thought I got to memorize what I wrote and say that back. I didn't know how to perform. I mean, it was brutal. It's birth. You're giving birth to yourself.
I love it, man.
You've got to go from being somebody who's funny. Like I was always funny around people, but that's in the moment. That's funny
Right.
around friends in the moment. Then you got to go to be funny on cue in front of strangers.
Right,
They're not
with a
cutting
good
any
delivery.
slack. They're not going, "Hey, Rich will get to it. We know he's funny."
Yeah.
Right, they're waiting for you to deliver. They're standing there staring at you. Fucking.
You're always the quick guy in the
they're-
crowd.
Yeah, they're fucking just like I love stand-up comedy and I admire everything. But everybody's like, you should do it. I'm like, hell no, that shit's fucking hard. It's fucking shit, and it's
Does it
terrifying.
require work?
It requires a lot of work, a lot of preparation, all the things I don't like doing, like fucking getting
They're right in your
prepared and shit.
wheelhouse.
Yeah, that's outside my fucking
Yeah.
work. But I fucking always am, and I love stand-up comedy. I will, I used to go a lot. I used to go to the Comedy Cellar as often as I could. I would go down there probably twice a week and watch, and there's always great comics down there. They just come in and they go back. I guess they start there and they come back regularly. And I'm like, holy shit, this guy's here, this guy,
Right.
And it's still good like that, I think. I haven't been there in a while, though. What's your favorite...
But everybody...
club?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
what?
What's your favorite club to perform at, or that's like your house that you have like a connection to?
Well, I like the Comedy Magic Club down in Hermosa Beach,
Okay.
California. I like that a lot. That's a great room for me. I feel real comfortable there. Always felt comfortable there at the Improv in West Hollywood. Always felt real comfortable there. I've performed there a long time.
That's cool.
So I like those places. I just performed at the Borgata again. This is a 900-seat theater down at Borgata in Atlantic City.
Yeah.
Richie Minervini books it out of New York. Well, I think Richie lives in Florida now, but anyway, it's just it's a 900-seat room. It's a great room.
Yeah.
I mean, you feel intimate in this room. So there's all kinds of rooms I like,
Right.
Have you ever been to?
But
I'm sorry. Yeah. Have you ever been to Levity Live in New York?
no, I haven't.
Oh,
I haven't.
okay.
There's so many new rooms.
Oh, yeah.
Is it a big room? How big a room? How big a room is it?
I don't know how big it is. A lot of people like it though. It's surprisingly it's in a mall.
Yeah, it's in a mall, but
it's an awesome place to see.
It's
a
supposedly
comedy
the
show.
comics actually like
Yeah, they
like
actually
doing
like
it there too. It's really easy. I guess they give you free lattes or some
Yeah.
fucking thing.
But see, it's corporate comedy now. So that all makes sense to me. Back when we started, these clubs were like weird places. They were in the middle of like the Cleveland Comedy Club was in the middle of a huge big parking lot, and it was just a little red brick building, and only seated 125. These are small little funky places.
Right.
All these first comedy clubs, and so now it's big, it's huge, and when you get people come in that can put like 700 people in a show in for a weekend.
Right.
Right.
The clubs are all bigger now.
Yeah.
And they're I remember once. Do you know who Bill Hicks was?
Oh yeah.
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 Okay. So Hicks. So I worked the first time I worked at the place. It was called Pagliacci's or something. It was in a really big bar down in downtown Milwaukee. First time I go to Milwaukee, new club, huge club. It's got a nice high stage, great sound system, and lots of drugs and lots of women. It was hip. It was cool. I had a great time there. The guy goes, "I want you back in a couple months." I said, "Can I bring whoever I want to bring with me?" He says, "Yeah." So I call Hicks. "You got to come back to Milwaukee. You're gonna love this place. I didn't pay for one bit of coke. The women, you're gonna love this place. It's downtown, huge kill room. You're gonna love it." He goes, I'm there. I'll be your middle." Okay. So we fly in. A few months later, we fly in. They pick us up at the airport. They're driving us. We drive. Now we're driving past downtown Milwaukee. I'm seeing Milwaukee fade in the rearview mirror. I go to the driver. "What are we doing? Are we circling Milwaukee? What are we doing? Like an airplane? We circling Milwaukee here? Why are we driving past Milwaukee?" He goes, "I moved the club. It's not there anymore. It's out here." So now we're driving past a Peterbilt truck factory and a couple of farms. And then we pull into this mall. We pull into a suburban mall. We're out in the suburbs. And the club is next to a Payless. And Bill and Hicks
some shoes.
starts singing John Lennon's song, "The Dream Is Over." He starts singing, "The Dream Is Over."
He's like, "What the fuck did you get me into? This is not."
No, it was over. It was over. We did not have one bit of fun out there.
They took you out into fucking drives where you're like, "Where the fuck are we? There's no drugs here. Where's the women? What the fuck is this?"
Yeah. We go. "We get any coke?" And he goes, "Well, we got Diet Pepsi." And, no, we can cocaine.
You want a pair of shoes? We can get you a pair of shoes.
This is not that kind of
we got a
fucking gig.
10% next door. That's right. Yeah.
So
you get the comic discount next door.
So is this your first book, Kicking Through the Ashes? Is this the first your first shot at authorship?
Yeah, it's the first book I ever wrote. That's right.
That's right. And where's your book available? Amazon?
It's on Amazon.
It's on Amazon, yeah.
Excellent.
Amazon.
Excellent. And in this book, you go through your whole life as a comedian and writer.
That's right.
You wrote for a lot of shows as well, didn't you?
Yeah. First job I got was Roseanne, and then I wrote for a bunch of other shows, and I wrote for other stand-up comics.
Oh.
Yeah, there was a time, you know, my kids were, when I was on the road, I wrote in a book. I got heckled in South Carolina by Sean Penn, and I said, you know what?
What did Sean Penn say to you on stage? Was he drunk? Was he just being a dick? What was
No. You know, here's what happened. I'm down there. You know, I had 5 pilots that didn't go. So the agency, William Morris, said, we can't figure out what to do with you with TV. You're not going to gain more development deals. We're going to drop you as a client. We're dropping you. But here's a couple of gigs. They gave me a list of gigs, a bunch of gigs, and we're not going to charge you commission. It's our going away gift. Get out of here. So,
your fucking door prize.
yeah. Here's your little boo prize. You save 10%, but you're done. So they send me out. The first gig was in South Carolina. It was a new comedy club in a sports bar. Right, they had a nice room sports bar. So it was across from this hockey arena, and the Eagles were playing their Hell Freezes Over tour across from this minor league hockey. It was in Charleston, South Carolina. So I go on stage and I start working. This guy heckles me, but he's a good heckler. I'm scoring.
Solid
you know what I mean?
heckler.
Like, he's not antagonistic. We're playing.
Right.
And we play. We go back and forth. He gets laughs. I get bigger laughs. He gets laughs. I get laughs. And then he'd see. You know, we go through a run. I'd go into material, he'd back off. He'd recognize that I was going to material. He wouldn't interrupt me. I'd go through a big run of material, then I'd stop. I'd take a drink of water. I'd look out in the crowd, wait for him to come back, and he'd come back and we'd play. This one was like 2 hours. Killer. One of the best shows I've ever had. Standing ovation. I come off the stage. The club owner comes over and says, you know who does heckling you? I said, no, but he was the best, man. I was great. He said,
He
Sean
was a
Penn.
great guy.
It's Sean Penn.
It was Sean
Sean
Penn.
Penn. I go, what? Sean Penn? What's he doing we're in Charleston, South Carolina. He said, no, he wants to hang out with you. He's in the manager's office. We'll go in. So I go in there. Sean Penn's there. Apparently, he came down there to see the Eagles. I don't know what he was doing down there.
Right.
He came to see the Eagles. The Eagles, the first part of their tour was backstage was cocaine and women, but this was the rehab part, and it was sushi and a juice bar.
He was like, fuck this.
Yeah. He said, what else has happened? And he walked across the street. So we hang out all night long. All night long we hang out. 5 a.m. I can't hang anymore. I'm no longer doing chemicals. This is like, you know, this is like 93. I'm no longer.
So you're
I'm
sobered
not
out
drinking.
at
I'm
this
not
point.
doing drugs.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sober. So I can't hang like I used to hang. 5 a.m. I'm headed for Waffle House and a bed. Right. So he goes, hey, before you go, man, I got to say something to you. Now I think he's going to go. You got to do the next movie. We got to do like a buddy movie, a funny movie. We're great together, right? He goes, you got to move to L.A.
He was like, that's it.
I lived in L.A. for 10 years at this point. I thought he
I've
knew
been
who I
here.
was.
I'm there,
I thought
man.
he knew who I was.
You were living there for 10 years. You thought you were friends. He was just like, oh, no, you got to...
Yeah, I thought he knew who I was.
He had no fucking
He just thought I was
idea.
a funny guy in South Carolina.
Oh,
he
Jesus.
just thought I was a funny guy.
He just thought you were a funny guy. Did you say, I got bad news for you. I fucking lived in L.A. I've been fucking
Yeah,
trying
yeah.
to make...
I'm actually I live next door to you.
I would have held him for the buddy
Yeah,
movie.
yeah.
I would have been like, I still want to do that fucking buddy movie. What are you going to do with that? Did he ever come through with that, or was that just the drugs talking?
No. He never said anything about buddy movie. That was in my mind.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
I thought he was going to say, let's do a buddy movie together. He just said, you got to move to L.A.
And I was like, yeah, but
Rich
I've
is
done
like
that part.
all
fucking
set
already.
up, all set for Tango and
He's,
Cash.
yeah, he's ready for he's ready for fucking he's ready for fucking Oh fucking have you?
Yeah, so I was dead. I was dead comic walking.
You were fucking struggling. How hard is that? That's got to be fucking. You know, every time you
Yeah,
get
that
a
was
pilot.
hard. So
Yeah,
I said I had to look honestly. I said I'm not making a dent in the stand up, and I got a kid and another one on the way.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, what am I going to do? Be on the road all the time, or am I going to do something else? And so I called up everybody I knew who had a sitcom at the time: Seinfeld, Tim Allen, and Roseanne. And Roseanne called me right back, said, I'd love to have you come write for me in this show. So I started doing that, and I got off the road.
That's excellent. And that was paying you real money where you could pay your rent and feed your kids
Yeah.
and shit like that.
Yeah. Be home. Be home.
And but you missed the road, so you missed stand up. So you would probably go out there and do a little just for a fix, correct? Or
No, yeah, I did for a while. And then around 96, 97, I just stopped altogether. And it was rough, man. I didn't know how much it meant to me. It really, I gained weight and I got depressed, and so I came back to it when Jordan Brady, we did this documentary on comic that got me back to doing stand-up.
So let me ask you something. So what is it? Is it the instant gratification of hearing people laugh at your jokes immediately? That's got to be the high, right?
That's
Yeah.
it, yeah.
You know, look, it's a lot of stuff. Like it's a connection. I make a connection. To be honest with you, I don't make connections easily off stage.
Right.
I'm on stage. I feel connection to people I never feel off stage when I'm walking around. And when they're laughing, I feel like everything's all right. I'm in the moment. I'm never in the moment.
Right.
My mind is so freaking monkey mind busy.
Right.
I'm either past and the future, but when I'm on stage, I'm totally in the moment.
You're focused.
That's a drug for me.
That's your Zen moment when you're up there and you got the people laughing and your joke is hitting. I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try it one day, Jimmy.
I don't want to be anywhere.
Yeah, I'm gonna go do some fucking open mic someday and just fucking. I'm gonna pad the audience though. I'm bringing relatives. I'm gonna bring them over there and I'm gonna have them all sit around.
That's what you're gonna do.
Yeah, and maybe some jokes. Maybe I'll have to have some actual preparation. I'll need some.
Everybody.
Yeah, I'm good at making fun of people. I could probably do that. I'll be like, hey, Grandma, remember the time you that sort of shit. So, do you have any do you want to tell us a story about something really fucked up or whatever that happened that maybe in the book that would juice everybody up a little bit where they want to know a little bit more about a teaser, if you will.
I'll give you a quick story. This is in Columbia. I don't know why, coincidentally, Columbia, South Carolina.
Okay.
So after the show one night, these guys come up to me and they go, "Hey, buddy, you want to do a bump?" Which was the old phrase for do some coke. So we go into the bathroom. Now I had coke in my pocket, but if you're willing to do yours first,
I'm saving mine,
cool.
right?
So I just come off stage, right? So these guys pull out a sandwich bag filled with coke, and they pull out a buck knife, and they start digging in it, and now they're tattooed up. They're completely tatted up. They got tats all over, and this is like 83. This is not when tats were not everywhere. The only guys with tats were prisoners, and
bikers and shit,
and in the service maybe,
Right.
So they go, "Yeah, we got stories for you, man." And they're like skinny, scrawny kind of guys, but they are shoveling that coke in my nose, man, like throwing coal and trying to keep the Titanic afloat. They are shoveling in there. Now, I didn't realize that they were digging that knife into my upper lip, like to hold it in there, right? So of course, that thing about coke, my whole upper face is numb. I don't feel this thing just jabbing into my. I had like a Hitler mustache of blood.
They stabbing you in the face every time they're giving you the
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. They stabbed me right in my upper lip. So, but they're going, "Listen, man, we got stories for you. You got to come with us, man. We got stories. You're going to love these stories. Go on, come with us, man. We got all the coke you want. We got women waiting for us. Got some young women waiting for us. We want to party." I said, "Boys, you got a new friend. Let's go." So we leave the bathroom, and we're going to walk out of this place. And the two guys that owned the Punchline in Columbia, one was a state's attorney, and the other was a big defense attorney down there. So one of them yells to me, he goes, "Hey, Rich, your wife's on the phone from New York." I go, "Tell her I'm on research and development. I'll call her in a couple days." He goes, No, man, you got to talk to her now. It's an emergency. Get back here. So I tell these two guys, "Hold on a minute, boys. I'll be right there." And so I go back in there and they go, "Listen, you cannot leave with those two guys. They're under surveillance right now. State troopers, DEA, everybody's watching them. They're right there. They watched the whole show. They just got out of prison a week ago. They killed a drug dealer, and that's the drugs you were doing." The very next morning, I pick up the paper, and on the front page, two guys, they're the guys, picture the guys in cuffs being let out of the house.
Jesus.
3 young women were also arrested on the scene when they came in and busted them, found the murder weapon, found all the drugs. That's where I was going.
See, you would have been caught up in the middle of that whole fucking fuck storm.
Yeah.
Just for the blow. You were chasing the blow. They already stabbed you in the face.
I was chasing the blow, and I'd been going, "Hey guys, I'm just a comedian." Those two guys going, "Hey, he was in on it, man. We'll turn state's evidence." They'd have ratted me. They would have pulled me into it to try to save them ass 3 years each. You know what I mean? They would have done anything.
Yeah, you got fucking lucky. You got lucky. The 2 lawyers saw you on the fucking on the bump out.
Yeah.
That's fucking.
Yeah, sure. Sure.
Rich, you were on Carson, you were on Leno, and you were on Letterman. Which was the most intimidating?
That's a good
Carson.
Carson, hell yeah, he's the fucking guy.
Carson, Carson. He's my dad. He was my dad's guy.
Right.
So it was like getting dad's approval.
Oh, really? That's cool. So you went in Carson. Was your father alive or around, or did he see you in Carson?
Yeah. My dad was a funny guy, man. He was a funny guy. He was a rough guy. But he's a funny guy, and he loved Tonight Show. He used to go down to Atlantic City to Club Harlem and watch like Red Fox and Mom's Mabley. He went out to places and watched comedy live back in the early '60s, and he was into it. You know, and so I wanted to impress my dad. You know, I want to go in Carson, have Carson like this. My dad would go, hey, you know, my boy's okay.
And how was he proud of you when you went on, or was that like his fucking?
Yeah, before the time that broke it for me was I was doing it one time and Don Rickles was on. Now, Don Rickles,
oh boy,
he always came out with the Matador music, right? The Matador.
Yep.
Yes.
I always looked at it like a gunfighter, like I was a gunfighter. And so I was doing the night show, and I was at the point where sometimes I would do the couch and sometimes I wouldn't. I have to look over for the sign. So
Right.
Come over to the couch or not.
He'd give you the fucking nod.
So I
like,
finish
come on
my
over.
set. I look over. Johnny gives me the A-OK sign, but he doesn't wave me over to the couch. So instead of turning and walking back to the curtain, I just pull my jacket back like a gunfighter, and I back away like looking at the audience, like backing out of a saloon. I just back to the curtain.
That's awesome.
Right? And Johnny's laughing. You can hear it on tape. Johnny's laughing. And Ed McMahon goes, what's he doing? And Johnny goes, he's doing a gunfighter. It's great. And my dad called me up the next day and said, you made Johnny laugh. You're good at this.
You're golden. That's awesome.
That's it.
That's fucking great. I love that. So if you could, Johnny didn't laugh much, and if he did, it was that fake laugh. But
Right.
to get him to really laugh, that was good shit, man. That's pretty cool, man. So what are you doing? You wrote the book. Are you still writing it? You writing for any shows or anything like that recently? Or is
No, I'm not writing for any shows. I'm writing some scripts. I'm writing some things I want to write, and I still do my stand-up. So I just want to keep writing, like things like the book, and I want to write another book, and not about stand-up, but something else. And I'm writing a script about a stand-up, and you know.
Did you enjoy writing the book? Like, was that something you did, and you're like, hey, I kind of like this. I'm pretty good at this. And
I liked it. I had to get them out. I had to get these stories out, and then I found out I liked it. I liked writing. I liked it.
I'm glad. I'm going to pick up a copy of it as soon as you get off. And I'm not bullshitting you. I will actually pick up a copy.
Cool.
Do you know how to read?
Yes. No, but I'm going to laugh at the
okay.
pictures. There are pictures.
Are there
in this, I
pictures
hope.
in there?
Do you have an audiobook? Is it on audiobook?
He may read it, but he's going to
take
read
about
a
a year.
completely different story.
It's going to be taking like a fucking year. Yeah, I blame the New York's public school system for that, though, and my lack of going. That's what I blame. Yeah.
It's a combination.
Yes, it's a combination of the two. So, Rich, do you want to plug anything? Because we're going to let you go. We don't want to keep you on all fucking night. I appreciate you holding on.
I'll be in Zany's in Chicago next week, and the book "Kicking Through the Ashes." That's it. I hope you like the book. Let me know if you do. Man.
I will, and I'm gonna really read it. I'm gonna pick it up as soon as we get off tonight. I'm gonna pick a copy of it up.
I'm going to make a test for him.
Jimmy's gonna test me out. He's gonna read it
Just to see what. But we have you up on Periscope right now. We have your picture with your website and the book on there. So we'll you make sure to get it out.
And when we're done and we got this edited up or whatever, we'll send you a copy of this if you want it. And
I appreciate that.
Yeah, it'll be cool. You're a great dude. You're fun. You're very successful. Yeah, you got a very mellow. He's very down to earth.
You dealt with us.
You dealt with the nonsense. Jimmy fucked everything up this morning. He fucked it all up, screwed everything up, and you held in there. I appreciate it. All right, should I try his name again? Should I try his name again?
Give it a go.
All right. His name is Ritch, silent T, Shydner.
Oh my God! And you think he's gonna read your book, Rich?
I'm gonna read
That
it.
was perfect.
It's just not.
Perfect.
It's just not gonna be
nice,
very.
like drum roll.
Yeah,
drum
Rich.
roll through the big long pause, and then he asked me,
Shydner?
then he goes, Shydner?
Fucking. Now you're a good sport, my man. Thank you very much.
Oh man, thank you very much
All
for
right,
calling.
guys.
Ladies
Thanks
and
for
gentlemen,
having me.
pick up
That was
pick up
funny.
his
That
book.
was really funny.
Kicking Through the Ashes. I put up a link to his IMDb and all that stuff. He's a very successful man. I mean, that he took his time out to come talk to us. I appreciate. Are you still there?
No, he left.
Okay. Thank you very much, Rich. All right. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. All right, Jimmy, we're ready for part 2, the second leg of this. You want to restart or you want to go back in? Does it make it easier for you to edit if you restart?
Yeah, we could restart. We don't have that many people in here right now.
Yeah, we're going to restart. We're going to come back in about 10 minutes. We're going to open up the phone lines, ladies and gentlemen, for part 2. Of this shit show.
There you
Capri, you can read. Yes, and hopefully we'll have a better audience on that. There we go.